name is Jake Taylor. I am in recovery. Sobriety date is March 21st of 2014. Just celebrated 8 years recently. Grew up in Northeast Ohio. Live in Willoughby, Ohio right now. Just purchased a home a while back. That's been great. It's been really cool. I am employed. I do have a loving family. Always had a loving family. Gained a support group in the recovery community. Do a lot of. I'm an active person. I'm always busy. I'm always doing something. I need to be enjoying life. That's what I'm here for. Those are kind of some general things that I say. I'm 32. Just turned 32.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for making time and coming out and joining us. Could you start off by sharing a bit about your childhood growing up?
It was fantastic for the most part. I really did enjoy the majority of it. My parents, they divorced when I was like 1, I think. And so my mom got sober right around that time, stayed sober, got involved in recovery and her 12-step program, stayed sober, remarried to somebody sober, was living this way of life. My dad is basically the complete opposite. Doesn't take anything away from him as a person. I love him. He's amazing. He's more than anything I could have asked for. But, you know, as a kid growing up and seeing that, he came into my life around 6, 7 years old are some of my first memories of him. For the most part, it was a good childhood growing up, definitely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
When did you first start experimenting with alcohol or drugs?
My first memories of being drunk, actually feeling the effects produced, I was like 11, 12 years old. Yeah.
And what feeling did it bring to you?
Euphoria. Yeah. Just what I was looking for, I guess. I didn't know that I was looking for it, but just, you know, what every person is kind of looking for in life in general, man. Just that freedom, that confidence, that carefree mentality, you know, that really nothing else exists except for me right now in this moment with this euphoric feeling. I just chased that feeling from when I was 11 or 12, you know, so a lot of those adolescent years are foggy because I was mixing a lot of different substances on top of alcohol. I was mixing them often. So it's foggy, like where it progressed and how it progressed and where I crossed the line and when that consciously, you know, came into play, like, okay, this is a problem, you know, maybe I should slow down. I was introduced to, you know, X, Y, and Z, and I fell in love with those as well. And then I would mix those throughout the day. If my eyes were open, I had something in me. I had a drink in my hand, and I was seeking that even keel, uppers, downers, everything in between. So in the throes of it, I'm living in a foreclosed house. Furniture's smashed up. There's bullet holes in the wall, the floor. Things are just broken. The music was pretty much turned on full blast 24/7. People in and out of the doors, banging on the doors, banging on the windows. Just a 24/7 chaotic party for many years in this house. That's kind of the point when I realized that, you know, this is taking a toll on my body, on my mind, on my spirit. It's no longer doing the trick.
So what happened that you decided, you know, I want to do something different?
It wasn't me that did that. It was the legal system that I hated so much, you know, and that was the problem. I was on probation, and I went to report one day, and they told me to submit a sample, you know, and I did what I always did. I showed up at 4:59 when I know you got to be there by 5. I showed up at 4:59, hoped that they would just tell me to come back the next morning. I tell them I don't have to go, and okay, come back the next morning. Sometimes that worked. Sometimes I would have the little quick fix on me, you know. Actually, every time I would have the quick fix on me as my heart is pounding out of my chest going up the elevator. And this time it didn't work like that. They told me to go sit in the lobby and wait till I had to go. I left the building and I went to try to purchase a quick fix because I didn't have one on me. And my card got declined. I had no cash. There was some people that I could have called, you know, to either pick me up and go, run, or to, you know, bring me something to pass this drug test. And I didn't do that. I just decided to just face it and just get it over with. I know I'm probably going to go to prison, whatever. Just get it done and get it over with and get it right this time when I get out. And probation eventually kind of just understood where I was at, and they gave me a shot. They sent me to the Lake House in Paynesville, Ohio, and before that they sent me to Glen Bay in Rock Creek, Ohio. So that was my 30-day treatment, and then the Lake House was the halfway house follow-up. That was part of my sentence, and then to finish out probation. You know, go along all those guidelines and everything, and that was my first time ever in treatment. First time in a halfway house. It was my first time. It was all brand new.
Okay. And what are some of the things that you learned in treatment in the halfway house that helped?
I learned that I am not God, and that I need to stop playing God, and that even though I think I'm a disciplined, mentally tough, physically tough person that has the world right here, the majority of the time I feel like I have the world right here. I am not that. I am so far from that. I am essentially nothing, you know, without something greater than myself. And that's how I felt too, you know. So they gave me the tools to, they broke me down first. They made me turn the mirror on myself, broke me down, which is exactly what I needed, and I think what anybody in recovery needs. They need a total smash of the ego. And then they gave me the tools to build myself back up.
What was the mental obsession like for you? Could you put that into words?
If my eyes were open, I was seeking.
Okay.
In a nutshell.
And that being lifted, how do you ensure that you are continuing down that same path then? Like, what do you do to keep that mental obsession from not coming back?
I keep God first. And if I do that, that keeps a level of humility in me, that I have that mindset. So that's the basis of it, you know. If I try to start to just kind of manage and handle life too much, and I take the wheel back a little bit, that's when it will kick in more fear. And more fear will kick in, and then I'll try to control this more because I'm afraid of the outcome, and I'll try to control this more, and next thing you know, there's more fear. I get angry because this doesn't go how I want. Now there's anger. This didn't go how I wanted it to go, and I hurt this person. Now there's guilt. So if I don't keep God first and I continue to kind of operate like that, I have all this negativity, you know, negative thoughts, negative emotions. It dulls out my spirit a little bit, and that's not good. So I do what I did in the beginning, man. I continue to keep in contact with my sponsor. I go to meetings. I help out where I can and how I can. That's people in 12-step or not 12-step, addict, alcoholic, whatever, it doesn't matter. The obsession was lifted, naturally, and it will only come back in an unnatural way from me, myself, and my own creation, really,
Yeah.
So if I do what I did in the beginning, it will stay gone.
Absolutely. What have you learned from your addiction?
That it's stronger than me, much stronger than me, and that I could go back to that in the blink of an eye. I've seen it happen in people, and I will make sure that I do everything in my human power with the help of a higher power to not ever go back there. Yeah, that's what I learned.
What words of hope could you share with someone who is struggling and trying to get sober?
That it's easier than you think if you want it to be. If you want it to be, it's easier than you think. If you want to struggle and you want to create more suffering for yourself, which sometimes is invisible. We can't tell, it's invisible. This is natural to us. But it's easier than you think. There is hope, and you are loved, and there is so much love in this world for you, and you don't have to block yourself from that anymore, is what I would say. Pretty much my opinion is that everybody in the throes of addiction or alcoholism and they want to get sober, they're just looking for love. They're just looking for peace and love and joy and freedom. Freedom. That's what they're looking for. And I would tell that person that it is all here. It is all here if you want it.
Is there anything that we missed that you would like to share?
No, I think this was a sweet opportunity. I didn't know what to expect or what. I knew it was going to be cool and good, and I'm grateful for it. I guess we missed me thanking you and me expressing my gratitude for this. Thanking all of you guys for doing this and being a part of sharing that hope and that love. And, I think the more people that you could reach with that, the better. Because that's what we all want. That's what we all need.